Alright, everybody, we are back here. I think this is the last one I'm doing for today, so it might be a little bit of time before the next one gets uploaded, but hopefully, I think I'm going to do 3 at a time, but you'll probably already know that by the time this is out. Anyway, I'm going to go to the last city you can go to, pay fare, besides Gaza, or last area at least, for Leneka? Ugh. Ask about fare. SSAL. Okay. See if I can pay fare for Thessalonica. Alrighty, got it. Some top-notch spelling there. Alright. As fortune would have it, the ship is the very one you need. Ignore the Greek name. Alright, we already saw that. Sorry about that. And we're going to see what Thessalonica is like. Or are we? No, we're not. It will, something will stop us. That's kind of the same music as last time. I don't know what Thessalonican music would be like. The skilled captain beats past Celtic Brittany with all speed, thanks to good winds. As at Malaga, you get the first sight of those who worship Islam. Their manners and dress are strange to you, yet they are hospitable to any man who worships the one God, no matter by what name he is called. Very ecumenical. In Tunis, the worshippers of Allah seem much the same, but are ruled instead by Al-Gabid Emirate under the Abbasid Empire. As you approach Athens, a corsair filled with Caesarian pirates overtakes your ship. Oop. So we got another pirate problem. You fight like the great warrior you are, but the Saracens are many and merciless. You are finally cut down and probably killed. Alright, thanks for playing once again. Alright, so let's stop fooling around and go to Gaza. Pay fare for Gaza. And it's going to cost us 3 gold coins. Alright, so we're done. Weary days and nights march on, a storm catches the ship, and you are forced to lend your strong back to the efforts of the crew to save themselves. Huge waves crash across the decks, you barely save your mule, but your pack and nearly all your belongings are washed away. The next day the captain thanks you by giving good advice. You are not a king in these lands, so do not be quick to draw your sword, for you will be surrounded by enemies. Be careful who you trust, and never pay bribes with too much coin. You join the crew in sharing several rounds of wine as they wait for the tide to change so they may enter Gaza port. The wine flows freely after such a long and arduous journey. Soon you fall in a very deep, dreamless sleep. You see Arthur there, getting pretty tanked, apparently. Alright, so we are here. Arthur. Arthur? That's Merlin talking. Arthur, wake up. You slept through the entire docking and unloading of the ship. You indulged too heavily in foreign wine. If your head is pounding, blame no one but yourself. Apologize for that sound, folks. My phone sometimes interferes with the speakers. Hopefully it didn't come across too loud on the microphone. Sir, I am Azam. My master sends his respects and invites you to accept his hospitality. My master... I guess I can flip through him. This guy named Jabir says, ignore this boy. You are lucky he did not make off with your mule. I'm Jabir ibn Hamid. I overheard some sailors say you need a guide through this desert to Jerusalem. Please, sir, my master is Al-Sirat, and he is very wise, and he asks. Al-Sirat is an impoverished old scholar of no use to anyone, but I, Jabir, know the desert, every rock, wadi, and waterhole. Trust me in all things. Sir, I beg you to accept my master's hospitality. He heard of you from the captain of the ship, and he sends warning that the Mukhtar of Gaza... Allow me to explain. The Mukhtar is the man who governs this port. He hates all foreigners. If he catches you here, he will throw you in prison. We should leave at once. Should be into prison, I believe. Anyway, I can take you to my master by secret ways, and Al-Sirat will protect and tell you Get out of here, boy. We men have business together, and we have no need of chattering pests. Be off. Stranger, you will never survive the desert without my help. I ask for no payment now. When we reach Jerusalem safely, I will accept a fair payment. Hire me, and I shall guide you to Jerusalem at once. Sir, I beg you, ask to see my master, and all will be well. Alright, so, pretty much, as you can guess, the boy is the guy we should follow, and this other guy is kind of a con man. We'll see actually what happens later on. You get the same situation. You get the same opportunity to follow him, or an opportunity to follow him later on, and we'll explore that that path when it presents itself again. But this time we're just gonna follow boy, and the other Jabir is not gonna be too happy. You are the wisest of men, sir, except for my master. Please follow me. The desert lies ahead. You will never cross it without my help. Alright. It is good to see, this is Al-Sarat saying, it is good to see you have come. The captain sent word to me that you were here, though in truth I have been expecting you for some time. I am Al-Sarat, the first of the 6 guardians who serve the goddess, she who gives the power of life and regeneration through her sacred cup, which you know as the Grail. We, who are the 6 guardians, will test you in different ways. We will test your mind, spirit, and body. You must pass each one of us before the goddess will relinquish her sacred cup to you. Excuse me, my master. I have fed and watered the mule for your guest, as you said. Thank you, Hazam. Wait with the mule until our guest is ready to leave. Then you will guide him in secret, away from Gaza. I am a scholar. I have spent my life in study and meditation. I am at your disposal to share what knowledge I may. And please allow me to offer you kawa to drink and figs to eat. It is simple fare, but all that I have. Well, this is where I just don't. It just starts to become very bizarre. By the way, look at the flags of Arizona on the corners. But anyway, I mean, there is a Christian link to the Grail, both in legend and in this game, yet supposedly the goddesses control the Grail. I mean, it's never really explained. It just starts. It annoys me a little, but it also strikes me as just bizarre. It annoys me just because of the continuity problems, which I normally point out in a lot of these games. But anyway, it seems to be a little more prevalent in Camelot. In any event, we just need to talk to this guy, and so let's continue on. Let's see, what do we have to ask him? Oh yeah, first, let's not offend them. Let's eat the figs. So eat, and then we'll drink. And he'll say he doesn't want any, but we should do it. No, none for me, thank you. Alright, and so let's ask him about the Grail. 6 guardians stand between you and this sacred cup. 6 times you will be judged, weighed, and tested. They will be tested mind, spirit, and body. If you prevail, the goddess will relinquish her guardianship of the sacred cup. What you call the Holy Grail will pass into your hands, and its power of regeneration will be yours. We kind of heard that already. All right, let's ask about these goddesses. There are 6 names. The names of the 6 goddesses are Athena, Vesta, Isis, Istare, Sirius, and Venus. One of the things, too, is they kind of conflate a lot of the different polytheistic religions. I mean, I think Isis is a Egyptian goddess, and then a bunch of others are Greeks and Romans. Now, I'm going to flip through these things and not really care, because I have them written down already from the last time I played through. If you do not write these down, you will have no idea unless... the manual might have it in there. I've misplaced my manual. But the manual pretty much may have it, but if you don't have the manual, this is pretty much the only time you're going to find out the symbols. None of the walkthroughs have them, because it's really kind of hard in a text document to actually put these symbols in there. If you don't have it, you're in trouble later on. I had to actually come back and look over all this stuff again. Fortunately, I had a save game around here the first time I played through to beat a certain area, so make sure to write that down if you have no other way of getting information, and it'll be very hard to find it on the internet. So, alright, let's ask about Galahad. He who came before you searched long and far, yet he did not come here, though I sent Hazam with an invitation. I know nothing more of him, save that he reached Jerusalem, but he has not succeeded in his quest. Alright, anything else we need to ask him? Let's ask about the Guardians. There are 6 you must pass. I am the first. And ask about Jerusalem. I believe that's how you spell it. Jerusalem lies north of Gaza, but you must pass through the desert to reach it, and you cannot survive the heat of the desert unless you find water upon the way. Alright, so that's kind of a hint of one thing you have to do, but also sort of a false hint as well. And we'll see what we mean by that next time, but for the time being, we are out of time. So next time we'll head off to Jerusalem. Until then, Sierra Games Scott, playing Conquests of Camelot, and signing off.